everyone, welcome to Lipstick on a Rig. Today we're going to be making this incredibly simple pumpkin beanie. And for this project I'm going to be using size 4 medium weight acrylic yarn, and this is just the Big Twist Value brand and the color is burnt orange. And I'll also be using a size F or 5 crochet hook. And we're going to begin this project with a magic circle and we're going to place 12 double crochets inside of it. And if you're unfamiliar with any of the stitches used in this pattern, then please check the links in the description because I'll have my stitch tutorials listed down there. And starting from here, we are going to begin a continuous loop pattern, which means we won't be starting and stopping each individual row. So I find it helpful to grab a scrap piece of yarn and I just stick that in my first stitch of every row. So once you have your 12 double crochets inside your magic circle, what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 double crochet in our first stitch here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place a front post stitch around that same stitch. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So go ahead and find your first post right here. And what you're going to do is yarn over and insert your crochet hook from the front around the back and then back around the front again. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through that post. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops and then yarn over and pull through 2 more. And that's going to be your pattern for the entire row. So you're going to place 1 double crochet in your next stitch and then a front post stitch in that next stitch as well. So every stitch should have a double crochet and a front post stitch. So go ahead and repeat that going all the way around your row, and when you get done you should have 24 stitches. So starting with this next row, I'm going to show you how we're going to increase every row. So what you're going to want to do is place 1 double crochet in each of your previous row's double crochet stitches. And then when you get to your previous row's front post stitch, which you can see they're kind of ridged up like this, when you get to those stitches, what you're going to want to do is place a double crochet as well as a front post stitch. And so you're just going to continue following that pattern for every single row. And so what we're going to do is we're going to place 5 more rows following this increasing pattern. And again, in every stitch where you had a double crochet stitch, you're going to place a double crochet stitch. And in every stitch that was a front post stitch, you're going to place a double crochet as well as a front post stitch. So every row you should increase by 12. So when we place our 5 more rows of increasing, you should have 84 stitches. So I went ahead and followed that pattern of increasing my stitches up to 84 stitches. And so now it looks like this. And so from here, we're just going to repeat that pattern for 7 rows. And the only difference is that we will not be placing a double crochet as well as a front post stitch on our front post stitch. So every section here should have 7 stitches, 6 double crochets and a front post stitch. So just make sure you're not also placing a double crochet in your front post stitch, otherwise this is going to continue to increase. So what we're going to try to do is build out the roundness of the beanie right here. So just go ahead and place 1 double crochet in each of your double crochet stitches and then a front post stitch in each of your front post stitches. And once you've repeated that pattern for 7 rows, it should look like this. So from here, we're going to decrease for 2 rows. So basically all we're going to do is we are going to crochet the last 2 stitches together before our post stitch. So go ahead and place 1 double crochet in each of your previous row's double crochet stitches for this little section here. And when it comes to your 5th and your 6th stitch here, what we're going to do is we're going to double crochet these 2 together. So once you've placed your first 4 stitches and you have 2 double crochets left before your front post stitch, what you're going to want to do is yarn over and then insert your crochet hook up underneath that 5th stitch and then yarn over and pull through that stitch. Then insert your crochet hook up underneath that 6th stitch and yarn over and pull through that stitch. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through 3 loops, then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And then you're just going to place your front post stitch like normal. So go ahead and repeat that for all the sections in your row, and you should have a total of 72 stitches when you're done. And the pattern for the next row is just going to be to place 1 double crochet in your first 3 stitches here, and then you're going to double crochet these 2 stitches together, stitch 4 and stitch 5, and then you're just going to place your front post stitch like normal. And you're just going to repeat that for all the sections in your row, and when you get done, you should have 60 stitches. And once you get to the end of your row, then all you're going to want to do is just start placing one single crochet in each stitch in your row. And this is going to be to form the brim. And so when you get to your front post stitch, rather than crocheting around the post, all you're going to do is just place a single crochet in the top of that post stitch. So go ahead and place one single crochet in each stitch in your row, and we're just going to keep repeating this for multiple rows. So I went ahead and added 4 rows of placing one single crochet in each stitch in the row. And so now all I'm going to do is place a slip stitch in my next 10 or so stitches and then cut and tie off my yarn. And in the description, I'm going to link to my DIY pom-pom maker because I think a nice green little pom-pom would look really cute on this. But if you want to have a more traditional vine look, you can crochet this really easily. So to crochet this vine sort of look or corkscrew, what you're going to do is just go ahead and chain 20 or as many as you'd like to make this. This is 20 chains, just to give you a reference point. And then all you're going to do is just place 3 single crochets in the back loop only of each stitch in your row. And you can skip this turning chain right here. Please let me know in the comments below if you experienced any issues while you were making this, and I will do my best to help you out. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel, Lipstick on a Rig. Thank you so much for working with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, awesome day.